Well, hey there guys, and welcome to part 2 of putting together this 3D puzzle of the Capitol Hill. If you did not see part 1, I will have a link to that video somewhere here, and I highly recommend watching that because it explains a lot about what I'm doing here. But if you remember from the first video, that part that we were working on, well, here is that part right now. I finished it up, and in the first video we were just working on this part right here. We put together this part and we worked on this part, but now I've since gone back and I have finished it up and I have put the bottom pieces together. So now this dome tower is complete with the wire and the LEDs and all. I don't know if you can see the LEDs. They're in here somewhere. I think there's one right there. Yeah, right there. So that little bulb, that is an LED, and there's another one on the other side here too. Right here. So this is actually pretty easy to put together. Some of them had to be stretched quite a bit. I had to actually take the scissors and like kind of make these slots a little bigger because for some reason when you put this piece over here, it will not lap over correctly, and so that it wouldn't go in the slots correctly. So I had to do like a little workaround for that. But overall, I think it turned out very well. I like the way it turned out, and I think it looks pretty good. So today, what we're going to be working on, I believe, is the base for this whole thing. And that is shown in the instruction manual right here. So this is what we'll be working on today. We'll be working on assembling the base part. So for that, we will need parts 3 and 11 and 4, and we'll need 54 eventually, but right now I'll just get these 3 parts out. And I already have them laid out here. Part 3 is right here. It's already started to be a little cut here. It's already coming apart, so this should be pretty easy to get out. That's part 3. And this is part 4. We will need all these pieces. I'm not quite sure how they all stick together, but we'll find out. And we will also need part 11, which is right here. And again, you want to be careful taking these out because they can bend, like this is here a little bit. There's like a little bend mark. So be careful when taking these out. You don't want to rip or tear these at all. This is just paper. That's all it is. Just basically cardboard. Alright, set all this aside for now. So now, number 3 goes like this. Number 11 looks like it sits here. Let's see, I think it goes like this, right here. And number 4 goes on the other side. So I'm going to try to get all this in the frame here. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Yeah. There we go. Number 4 just goes there. And then you basically have the foundation of the base right there. So now what we do, and this is probably what connects them together maybe, we need 67 and 2 25s and a 90. Alrighty. So now I gotta find those pieces. Here's 90. We have found 90. Carefully take that out. Now we have 67, which looks very similar to 90. Oh, come on. sometimes they don't want to come off easy. Alright. Alright, here we go. Here's the 225s. So they just pop right out. Alright, now we have these parts. So the way these go in, 67 slides in here like that. 90 goes back here. Let's see. Yeah, 90 goes right here, a similar way. Slides in there. So 67 goes in here like this. And then 90 goes in the back here. Again, not liking the way that's bending, but alright. And let's see, well, actually I may have made a mistake here. Let me see. No. Okay, yeah, they go here like that. The instructions kind of make it look like, you know, like 67 sits on top of this. But I don't think it does, because there's no room for it. They're not big enough. So they go in there. So they go in there like that. So they go in there like that, but this does not. 67 does not sit on those. Alright, now I suppose the next step would be to get 54 out. Yes. 54, here we are. And yes, this is a big piece. So now we tear this apart carefully. And we then pop these out, which will be used later. Alright. Now this sits on this side. Oh, no, you gotta bend these down. What the instructions say, you bend these ends right here down so that you can attach it to the base. So I will do that now. I think I'll set this aside for now, and we'll just work on one by one. So this will sit on here like that. And so yeah, that will definitely work. But now I have to poke all these out so that they will be able to sit in there. Well, look at that. So that's what happens when you're not careful. I don't know if you can see that. You don't want that to happen. This will still work. It's not broke, but it still makes your project look less professional. Even though I am not a professional by any means at this stuff. It's just, you just gotta be very careful while handling this paper. And you may not even want to even use the scissors for this. Maybe just use something even more, gentle than this. Alright, all that's done. So now we have to fit these in here. Fit them all in the slots. Actually, we could do it like this. See if I can kind of cheat and do it if I'm underneath. Alright, we're getting somewhere now. Yeah, you would think if the rest of them were all going in there, you would think that would like help align the others, but not always. Then sometimes they won't go in all the way, and then you're afraid of pushing them in because they might break or tear. But I do believe all those are in, so that doesn't look too bad. So you can still see those two creases here that I made. But yeah, hey, that's coming together pretty good though. All right, now we need the other part, which is this. This is how they connect from the bottom. Yes, and that will also sit on that. So now I need to poke all of these out. This is time consuming. Like I said, a good idea would probably just to poke all these out, because you're going to need them anyway, so just spend a little time and just poke all these out at one time, so you don't have to keep on going back and doing it. Let's just poke them all out and get it done with. So now we can attach this using the same method. So it'll take a little bit of lining up work to do this. Alright, let's... Okay, this doesn't want to... It doesn't look right. Alright, there we go. Alright, get all these little pieces out of the way, and this is what we have so far. That is definitely a base. This is... yeah, that's coming together pretty good. Like all those other pieces we gotta cut out eventually. Still plenty more to go. But yeah, the base is definitely coming together. Alright, next up. What do we do now? So we put this on. Alright, 64. I just saw that earlier. 64 goes on this side. So 64 goes on this end. So obviously we'll have to poke these out. And 64, the part 64 will sit on this side. And 64, sure enough, is this part right here. So we will take this out. Set all these aside for now until we need them. And once again, we gotta bend these carefully. Yeah, this noise they make is scary. Alright, so that sits here. And this is going to sit here like this. So if I can make some room here, I'm going to have to now this is going to be fun. Make sure all these slide in correctly. Like I showed before, it's probably best to do these from underneath. If you could do that, just do it one side at a time. So that way you can access it from underneath and just slide them through. Look, I didn't poke those out. Yeah, we gotta poke these out too. I completely forgot about that. Man. These gotta be poked out too. Oh, this one's a little tough. There we go. Alright, I think all those that we need are out. Alright, let's do this again. Let me start from this side. It's in there, but it doesn't want to stay in. Alright, that's in, that's in, that's in. Alright, now let's turn this around. Yeah, that one I'm worried about. But all the others went in okay. Now, we put on this end, and that'll basically be it for the base. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean, but sometimes you have to force them. Sometimes you have to give them encouragement. Alright. There you have it. That is our base. That is what this whole thing is going to sit on. Is this right here. As you can see from the box, this is what everything is going to sit on. And this part that we worked on earlier is going to basically be like, like up here somehow. So this is basically the foundation of this entire puzzle. So the next thing we have to work on is, I will do this later on off camera, take all these pieces, and this right here looks like what the battery pack's going to sit in, and that's how we make that, and the battery pack slides into that. And then this piece, 23, will sit in the middle, which is right here, and that'll basically form this right here. And then this will show up, and then all this will be complete. So that'll be that step, but I will do that later on. But yeah, this is the base, and so we're making progress here. I like the way this is going, and I really look forward to when this is all complete. I think it'll look very great. So anyhow, guys, thanks for watching part 2. So stay tuned for part 3, and I'll see you guys then. So thank you guys for watching. You have a great day.